Hey guys, welcome back to Small Trees. I've got a couple of new things here today. I bought a new mic. It is supposed to be omnidirectional, so I should be able to go to either side and really get up in your ears if I want to. But so that's interesting and kind of fun. I really wanted to thank everybody for the comments on the previous video I made. It's been rough with the passing of my granddad, and all the kind words have really meant a lot to me. Today I have just a thought that I had while I was packing up some trees. I kind of do it a little bit differently than a lot of other people. I don't have access to packing peanuts or a lot of other conventional ways to package trees, so I've borrowed a method that I first saw when I had a couple of trees shipped to me a few years ago, and this does not require much in the way of materials. You need a little bit of wire and you need some bamboo, and that's basically it. You'll need some scissors, some wire pliers, some wire cutters, obviously. But I'm going to go through the process here and show you how to quickly and easily package up a tree. One thing that I didn't show here was actually packing up the root ball. This tree is shipping bare root, so all I really did was make sure that the root ball was moist. You can wrap it in some paper towel or newspaper or something like that that's been wetted if you'd like. Then I'd take two plastic bags, and I'll put one and close it, tie it off in one direction, and then I will take one and tie it off in the other direction, and then I wrap the whole thing in plastic wrap, and that's pretty much airtight. It won't leak in the box, and it should keep the roots dry during transit. By the way, I'm really kind of enjoying this mic, so if it gets annoying with me going side to side, just let me know, but I think it's neat. One thing that I did forget to mention, you will need some duct tape, and I'll show you why right here. We're going to take the wire and we're going to punch 4 holes through the bottom of the box, and we're going to use those to anchor the tree to the box itself. And what I'm doing right here is marking roughly where I want those holes to be. I don't want them to be too close inside the root ball, but I also don't want them to be too far out, because I want to kind of hold it in place almost like you would were you potting the tree. So we're just going to go 4 places roughly, get an eyeball, and then we're going to go to the bottom of the box and poke 4 holes there. And once we know where we're going to poke those holes, we're going to take 2 little strips of duct tape and put it on the bottom of the box. This is just because if you were to stick the wire straight through the box and anchor the tree using just the wire, if it is moved around much during shipping, the wire may kind of wear holes in the box, and then it would loosen how tightly the tree's held into the box itself. So this a little bit of duct tape really makes a big difference in terms of keeping the tree secure. Our next step is going to be to cut some wire 2 pieces, and you always want to cut it longer than what you think you will need, because oftentimes you will misjudge how much you're going to need. So cut off, like I said, extra, just in case. You can always cut off the extra later. And then on each tip, we're going to use the the wire cutters to cut kind of a sharp point into the wire so that we can push it through the box more easily. Next, we'll take each wire and fold it into a U shape, and then we'll push each sharpened point through the bottom of the box into the inside, so that you end up with 4 wires pointing up inside the box. This is where it can get a little bit tricky. You need to have each wire poking through the root ball at the same time, or else it's not quite going to work. You can also wrap the root ball and wire it in like you would do it into a pot. I prefer to have at least 1 wire going through the root ball just to make sure that it's not going anywhere. So you kind of have to be a little touch and go here, because like I said, it's got to have all 4 wires poking the bottom of the root ball at the same time, so that you can force them all through at the same time. Else the wire will bend and you'll lose it in the root ball and you'll have to start over. So when I was recording this, I did pause the recording so that you wouldn't have to see me struggle to get the wire through the root ball, and I kind of forgot to start recording again. So I'm going to talk you through how to wire. Once you get the wire through the root ball, you'll just take your pliers and take 2 wires, twist them together just like you would if you were wiring a tree into a pot. You'll twist them together with your fingers a couple times, then grab the wire pliers, grab onto both wires. You'll pull and twist, pull, twist, pull, twist until you have it tight and secure and you're sure that it's not going anywhere. You can then cut off the excess, which you would if you were potting it. I'm going to leave this on just so that it's easier for the guy who's getting the tree to cut it and get the tree out of the box. So now all that's left is to use the bamboo or dowel rod or whatever it is that you have to finish securing the tree into the pot. I'm just going to measure and make sure that the length of the dowel rod or the bamboo is going to be flush with the top of the box whenever we get done. And once I've gotten that measured out, I'm just going to cut a point into the bamboo so that we can stick it through the root ball easily. So we'll just cut the sharp edge on one end of the bamboo. Once we've cut the sharp edge, I'll just measure the bamboo one more time, and then we'll cut it so that it should be flush with the top of the box whenever we stick it through the root ball. What you're left with is in this case, about an 8 or 10 inch piece of bamboo, sharp on one end and flat on the other. The flat end will go on the top of the box. The sharp end will go on the bottom. If you wanted to be safe, you could add another little bit of duct tape on the underside of the box just to make sure that this doesn't go all the way through, but I don't think it should be a concern. I'm just going to repeat this 2 or 3 times around the root ball, and then I think it should be safe to ship. Now the tree is pretty much ready to go. I am going to add just a tiny bit of bubble wrap to the very top just to make sure that any tape from the box doesn't stick to the leaves. You want to give yourself, half an inch or an inch at least of coverage between the top of the tree and the box, just to make sure that it's not going to be damaged if another box is put on top of it or something like that. But when you have the tree secure, as I do here, you can kind of afford to have a little less room because it is going to be pretty safe no matter what. Let me know what you guys think about the new mic. If it's too low, too high, if it sounds clear, I would appreciate it. Any questions or comments below would be appreciated. If you have any topic you'd like me to cover, I would be happy to do so. Just either comment down below, or I usually put my email in the description. If you have any questions you don't want to ask on YouTube, feel free to email me there. I really do appreciate all the support, and I'll see you guys soon. Until next time.